Ladies and gentlemen,
everybody.
welcome to another episode of the No Contest Wrestling Podcast. I am the heel that you love to hate, O'Shea Jackson Jr., a.k.a. Petty Guerrero.
Hey, yo, it's me. It's the T-double-O, the J-I-double-G, 2J, TJ Jefferson. What up, though?
Man, one more week. One more week, man, and I get to be back home in studio in California where I'm supposed to be finishing up the film. We're starting to wrap some people out. Some people are going home, and summer camp's almost over. I can't wait to get home, man. No disrespect to Georgia, Atlanta always treats me well. The people always treat me well, but you miss home. I got a kid, bro. I got to go back. I got to go be a dad, dude. So I'm excited, man. Can't wait to get back. Can't wait to see that no contest belt again.
So
And
for those that don't know, if you don't know, you should. He's been gone for about, 5-6 weeks?
Yeah, man.
Filming a movie down in hot Atlanta. And so we've been doing this, at various times on various days through Zoom, except for the time last week when we got to hook up in Indy and co-host the WrestlePalooza pre-show. So yeah, it'll be cool to have you back. I know Liz and Sarah miss you.
Oh, Liz and Sarah.
Del Tufo definitely misses you, because he feels like ain't nobody got his back. So, and they don't.
Yeah,
we don't got his back. You know what I'm saying? So that's your man.
Yeah, man.
So
hostile work environment. Yeah, I'm gonna just kick in the door on the Rich Eisen show, whatever y'all doing. I'm gonna just jump in. I miss it. I miss the havoc. But just one more week, and it's all over. But yeah, there's been
a lot of stuff going on, man.
Some things going down in the wrestling world. Obviously on Monday, you know what I gotta talk about because and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna fake the funk because I'm not a funk faker. Because when you fake the funk will funk you up.
Funk you right on up.
I was busy on Monday. I was
I
was
Weezy F baby. Don't forget your baby.
It's a Lil Wayne concert, man. How am I not gonna go? Shout out to Wayne. Shout out to his manager. They took good care of me. Had a
Saw
great
some pictures
time.
you posted.
Yeah,
Wayne,
man, I was happy.
and TD Boy, aka Two
Chain. My man Swiss Beats. Shout out Swiss Beats as well. I had a good time. Always a fan of Wayne. He's my favorite artist since I was in high school, and a little bit before. And put on a show, introduced some of his new artists, which he loves to do all the time. And TJ, he asked me, what's life been going on with me? I told him obviously about the No Contest Wrestling Podcast and our opportunity that we got in Indiana. And his response was, I knew the Beast was going to do that to John Cena.
Oh, word.
Excuse me? Don't tell me you be watching like that. Because if you watching like that, I'm going to need about 30 from you.
30? 30?
Listen, he's a busy man.
I know, but
man, bro.
We need a solid 60 with Weezy F baby.
Listen, bro. Whatever he'd be down to bless us with, I'd be down with. But
for sure.
I gotta still, I gotta water that a little bit.
Well, you know what I say, right? A chia pet grows in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? You gotta plant the seed, you water it. Chia pet grows in 3 days.
Okay? 3 days. What a solid marketing scheme. Right? Chia pet. Just give you some seeds. Grow it on whatever you want. Take 3 days. But yeah, had a dope time at the show, and then I look at my phone. Twitter's blowing up.
Yeah,
and the Chief came.
I sent you and Don Bowie the video of that.
Oh, what a surprise! You usually hear the rumblings. That must mean Street Fighter done, or at least their parts are done.
Or he had a break.
Nah, man. Listen, overseas. Where was Monday Night Raw?
Carolina, one of the Carolinas, I think.
Yeah, I'm not coming back to go to Carolina.
Oh, they're filming that over in Europe or somewhere?
Bro, yeah.
Okay.
Street Fighter, I forget where, but yeah, that ain't no that's not local for sure.
Okay. Bet.
And yeah, Chief coming back. Chief kind of giving Jay a coach to
Pep
player pep talk.
pep talk, a rally point. Yeah, because Jay's been kind of, and we've noticed this the last few weeks, and I thought it was weird that you have, the most over guy and maybe in the whole wrestling business right now. And it looks like you're dropping seeds that maybe is the pressure getting to him? Is something getting to him? Because it looks like a switch is getting turned, but like not in the way that the fans want it to be turned. And Big Jim's trying to have a talk with him, and what we're finding out is it always seems like Jimmy's the one who always tries to do the right thing. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
and Raw was in Raleigh last night. That's why
yeah.
Bailey was doing some Hardy Boy throwbacks.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
but yeah, if you remember, Big Jim was the first one to stand up to Roman once he got healthy and got back when the bloodline was already running. He was the first person to really put hands on Roman, if you recall.
Yeah,
So, he's kind of seeing something in his brother that he doesn't like. And he's been trying to, I don't know if he's trying to mend the fence with LA Knight or what, but to the point where Jay was like, don't help nobody.
yeah,
Why are you helping? And so you can see like the wheels turning in Jay's head. Then Roman comes out after the match with Division. Roman helps put the beat down on Braun and then Bronson. And he has that pep talk with Jay where he's like, basically gives him the old Stone Cold DTA or D like
smash him,
don't trust anybody, F him.
smash him, bro.
And
Everybody got to get it.
yeah, but then you see in the just perfectly centered in the middle of it too is Jimmy just sitting there, and it's almost like he's not even involved in their little whatever they got going on. And you could just kind of see it in his face in the background, like he's kind of disapproving. So it's going to be interesting to see where this is going, man.
Yeah, and it just speaks to if it go where how do I put this? Because we remember during the Bloodline saga, everyone felt, oh, it should be Jay to dethrone Roman. It should be
Hmm.
Jay to. And so if we get to the point where Jay starts to get a little bit of that, Ulafala in his eyes again, do you consider how do you not consider that part of a long term booking? And it's some people are going to frown at that. They're going to be like, "Oh, that can't be considered. The bloodline broke up, and yada yada yada." But to be able to call back on something and to use it in the future, I mean, that's just the groundwork that you laid out. I can't fault you for it. And so it should be very interesting to watch. We've heard people say that there's been talks that the bloodline was kind of looked at as the Avengers, that they broke up too early, and it could really be something interesting. And they have to play their cards right with it because you don't want the last thing you want from a WWE crowd is that chant of same old ish.
Yeah.
Because once that happens, it's just hard to get out of it. So I'm definitely, obviously, everyone knows I'm a Roman fan. I'm a Roman guy. That's my dude. So Roman's back, Shay's locked in, and we know everybody else is going to be as well. But let's see where they go with it with Jay, because that's he's always been the interesting X factor whenever these bloodline stories are kicking off.
And also, there's no such thing, and you mentioned it twice. To me, there's no such thing as the bloodline breaking up. It's the bloodline. You can't.
That's why it's a bloodline.
Yeah, you can't. You're physically unable to break it off. Like they might not go to the ring with each other anymore all the time. They might not wrestle with each other anymore, but that's a bond that simply can't be broke. The bloodline is always going to be there, and can reassemble at the drop of a hat, just
Yeah,
like the Super Friends, Zan and Jaina and their monkey friend Gleek, boom, Wonder Twins, power activate. It just takes that hooty hoo call, and
right.
in the bloodline, it's kind of like when I was in Monaco a few years ago on a CBS press trip, and we were at the Prince's Palace in Monaco, and Anthony Anderson decided that everybody black was going to take a black picture at the palace, and the question was, well, when do we take it? And he goes, you'll know. And then all of a sudden, you heard a hootie hoo in the background. And literally, every black person there stopped what they were doing, walked to the back, and we took a picture together, and it was amazing. And then we went back about our business, right? So I'm just saying that, like, you're only one call away when you're the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? So,
Not to mention they averaging 3 kids apiece. This is
right.
going to be going on well beyond us.
To quote Terry
And
Funk, forever,
forever.
forever, forever. You know what I mean? We got one bacon right now. You know,
Yeah,
Sister Trey going to
exactly.
work. You
Thank you again, Jimmy.
know.
Appreciate you, man.
Jimmy had to look at the big picture, I think is what it was. This was more big picture than anything else. You know?
Selfish. Sorry. So,
But yeah,
um,
man. So
yeah,
it's hard to say where this is going to go. But the thing is, Roman, I don't know how much longer you got Roman, right? I can't see 10 more years of Roman Reigns. Let's just be honest. There's
yeah,
too much stuff waiting for him on the outside. So while he's here, he's not going to play the background role. This is Roman Reigns. He's got to be in the
yeah,
main event picture. So we'll see where this goes, man. It's going to be interesting, though. And it's going to be
exactly.
interesting to see what they do with Jimmy. Like, is Jimmy going to get his singles title run? Maybe not a world title, one of the IC or the US title, perhaps. But like,
Hmm.
I think Jimmy's going to be a big part in whatever's going on forward.
Yeah, he need to get it before. Never mind. We'll get to him in a second. Ooh. But
Something else,
our girl Jade Cargill,
yeah, I
bro.
was about to say something else on Friday was that women's triple threat match for the
Bro, when I say to the white meat,
yeah, I don't think people understand.
woo,
Ber- Bernie Mac, I had that quote. Wasn't that Bernie Mac said, I cut you to the white meat? Yeah, it was Bernie Mac.
yes.
And there was the match between Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Jade Cargill for the women's the women's there's so many of them. It's the women's WWE women's
Women's
championship.
WWE Women's
Geez, sorry.
Championship.
And triple threats that can go, either way, man. You could either be smooth and fluid or it could be a little clunky. I feel like maybe this one was leaning towards, I don't know, because there were some spots I liked. I don't, you know me, I try not to be as critical as everybody else
Of course,
because
because
people,
everybody turns into an expert when they can
yeah,
slow
man.
something down, pause it, rewind it.
Yeah, and and the one time I took a bump, I took a DDT on a hardwood floor when I was 12, and I still feel that. So, it's maybe not for me to judge.
Yeah, that's why he don't talk so good.
But yeah, you get to the point where we even got requested like in our Twitter that we better talk about this botch. First of all, I kind of hate the botch thing, right? I hate,
I don't like the word better.
yeah, right.
The hell you mean by that? What you gonna do about it? Nothing.
Nothing. But yeah, I don't like the botch thing. But then I had to just kind of rationalize this the other day. Well, last night in particular, because I'm watching ESPN Sports Center and they're playing highlights from Raw on Sports Center, bro. And I
Mm.
had to sit there and look at it with kind of a smile on my face. Like, I waited my whole life to see this, not be tongue in cheek talked about on major sports platforms. As you know, I got to do that once I got on the Rich Eisen show. I got to talk about wrestling and treat it with kind of like the proper respect that we feel it deserves. But to see it on, like a Sports Center and them talking about Roman Reigns returning, I was like, yo, this is really dope, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, so I guess thinking of it like that, I came to the realization that even though I don't like people pointing out botches, it's no different than us talking about CD Lamb dropping 3 passes, or somebody
yeah.
throwing a pick. So I guess we have to adapt. We have to fully embrace the sports, tie-in and say, okay, you have to look at the botch as a air
As an
ball,
error in baseball.
yeah, as an air ball, as an error, as a fumble, as a pick, as
Mm.
getting, beat deep for a touchdown. So I don't know what happened, but at some point, Jade is on the outside with Nia. Nia shoves her into the still steps. Boom. And then I think it was I think Wade Barrett had made a kind of mentioned something about bleeding. It just in passing, it seemed like in passing.
Mm.
And then at one point you heard Nia say, "It's over, I made her bleed." She's talking to the ref as she's like, flexing to the crowd. And then you kind of look down, you see little droplets. You're like, oh, somebody, okay, that's
Yeah,
not.
gotta be the lip. Gotta be the lip. Gotta be the mouth.
And then Jade scoops Nia up, Samoan drops her on steel steps with her feet, and then Jade walks right into the camera and her face a crimson mask. And then you see a cut on Jade Cargill's face that truly you only see in really from elbows in UFC. Boxing sometimes, but a cut that bad over the eyelid that you could see the skin flapping, that's really like an elbow or a knee, a UFC shot. And when you talk about to the white meat, yeah, that was as bad as
Dog,
the cut as I've seen.
dog. It's what like all I saw was little. Your notifications pop up on your phone. Says Jade Cargill has face injury or something like that. All right, clicked it, and it said graphic, and I had to give the okay before the
Mhm.
picture was
Yeah.
visible. And I was like, I know. Let me check what page this is before I see something crazy. And then all of a sudden, I saw the gash, and all I could think was, "This is how you know I was having an out of body experience." I know when the wind hit that cut. My God,
Man.
bro, it was horror movie, straight
Yeah.
horror movie.
Yeah. That
Of course,
was
Jade taking it like the champ that she is. She even posted a Scar from the Lion King.
yeah.
And dude, that right there, it's one of those moments where, as a wrestling fan, you tell one of these naysayers,
Mhm.
"Oh, it's all pretend, right? Like
Yeah.
there's no risk involved, right?" Dude, this lady, beautiful woman,
Yeah.
has that. You need that to heal properly because
Yeah,
it's that graphic,
that's not just a stitches situation. I think that's a plastic surgery
dude.
situation. You got that. The face card will still never decline. But man, like so it's gonna be interesting to see how they sewed her back up, man, because what
Yeah,
and we'll put the picture in maybe. I
right. I mean, viewer
listen,
discretion is
I'm
advised.
gonna, I'm gonna tell D'Lo right now, you put it in, but then I'm gonna tell you, look, we're gonna show you this picture, and if you want to turn your head right now.
Yeah, we gonna give you a three,
Two,
two, one.
one.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you can look back now. You can look back now. Um, but
Yeah,
man, yeah, man, that was, and so then, of course, when something like that happens, the match kind of falls apart a little bit, because now you're scrambling. You know what I'm saying? You're scrambling to get through what you need to
she's
get
got to
through.
be a little shooken up.
Yeah, right. You got to be blood, maybe a concussion, who knows? But at one point, her and I are in the ring. Nia goes for the pin, or I'm sorry, Jade goes for the pin. Tiffany kicks Jade off of her, correct?
Yeah,
And then referee Daphne comes in for the pin, 1, 2, and then she just stops. And then that it was almost like time stop
yeah.
because Nia looks at her, she looks at Nia, then Nia throws her shoulder up, and it was just like weird, and everyone's trying to put blame on everybody else, and we're not here to do that because I don't
Oh man.
I don't know. All I know is Tiffany was going to win that match. Pretty
Yeah.
safe to say she was going to win that match. Should Daphne should she have gone on with the three? From everything we've always heard and been told, you got to make that three count, especially if
Yeah.
you know the person is supposed to win anyway. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, people are just trying to. I've even heard someone on Instagram or TikTok say they should just go all in and make her like the Nick Patrick of referees and turn her bad. I'm like, come on, I mean, that's not. It's actually not a horrible idea. I can't front, but just kind of unnecessary for
Boy, you
this.
love a wrench and some plans. Shake
Man,
it up, baby.
give me you give me a wrench and a monkey and have them playing together, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but. I don't think it's anything. Look, it is what it is. It happens, right? And,
Yeah,
and I'm sure everything got thrown into disarray. Tiffany then hit, the BME, the best moonsault ever, got the pin. But of course, no one wants to let this die, this
yeah.
botch. But look, man, what you want us to say?
Yeah, you got to understand that a new added level of chaos is going to have a chaotic ending. I don't like people going after Daphne, or as I like to call her, Black Lady Ref. The reason I'm first of all, a little side note: have you noticed that every time it's two fellas scrapping that shouldn't be like in an unsanctioned situation, they always throw Daphne in there first. What's she gonna do, man? Like, there's this video online of these two gorillas fighting in the zoo, and there's a woman screaming, "Someone get the zookeeper!" What you want the zookeeper for?
Right.
All right, what you? I don't even know why these two men are fighting. All
Or,
right,
or like when they see these, yeah, like you said, not even the zoo, but when they're out in the wild, which is even, at least in the zoo, it's somewhat of a contained atmosphere. Sometimes you see people out in nature and like one predator will attack a prey, and someone's like, "Why didn't you step in there to help him?" "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go fight this lion
yeah,
as he tries to
not
eat
on
this
my
gazelle."
watch.
Yeah,
Like, who the hell you think you are, bro? Who's about to put you on a shirt
you
now?
ain't Brian Fellows.
Like, who are you like, dude? Chill
Brian
out,
Fellows,
man.
Safari Planet. You remember that, by the way? Tracy Morgan. You got to get
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan played a character on SNL called Brian Fellows, and he hosted a show called Brian Fellows Safari Planet. And he'd have these animals come on. He'd be like, "That bird was looking at me." Yo,
It's called Brian Fellows.
Brian Fellows, me and Kutcher, me and Kutcher used to love Brian Fellows. We sit there and watch Brian Fellows Safari Planets on Saturdays, bro. I'm telling you, Tracy Morgan was on one.
All right, when I come to work with these quotes, it's gonna be an alley oop to you.
That sounds crazy.
But yeah, Daphne.
Brian Fellows, he would just do that. So,
Yeah, but Daphne people want to get on Daphne. It's unfair. You just don't. You don't. Especially like we could do a whole 5 hour episode on why the IWC are just insane. And we're on the couch, bro. You don't know what it's like on the field. I don't know what it's like on the field. So going to the lengths that some of these comments have been going, and how many times have you even heard any type of controversy with Daphne's officiating?
Oh, well, by the way, I think maybe we're reading something different because I haven't seen her get as much heat as Nia's been getting for this.
Oh, Nia, come on
You
now.
know what I mean? So Daphne's kind of
They've been
not,
doing that for years.
yeah. Tiffany has been getting a little. Nia's been getting a lot. Daphne's been getting a little. Jade's even been getting a little. But somebody wrote an Instagram post or a tweet that said, if I'm Triple H, I would book Jade to get pinned by every girl on the roster because of this. Like what? What?
Because my forehead busts open and
No, I'm sorry, Nia. Did I say Jade?
oh, okay,
My
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah,
See, let me rephrase that. If I'm
yeah,
Triple H, I'm booking not every woman on the roster to get a pinfall over Nia. And I'm like, why?
yeah. Come on, man. And just to speak a little bit, because you talked about how triple threats can sometimes be a little wonky. You got two people who were developing some crazy chemistry with between Tiffany and Jade.
Mhm.
And you throw in somebody who can be that wrench in the plans of Nia. I mean, it happens. It ain't ballet. We've said this over and over again. Nothing is intentional. It's one of those things where you're trying to keep a certain pace with a match, and it happened. It happened. We interviewed Nia on this show.
Mhm.
She's not the type of person to be vindictive or malicious.
I mean, I don't,
From
I, I don't think, but we also have to be honest and take a look because I've seen many comments that we just have to be, you just have to acknowledge this fact that yeah, there are times, with the Becky punch.
yeah,
If you recall
the
the
most
incident,
famous one.
yeah, if you recall the incident with Kyrie during the pandemic when just kind of rammed Kyrie's head. into the steel steps and busted her
Hmm.
open. So I mean, unfortunately, maybe it's because she's just bigger and stronger than most. There are a few incidents where these things, you can point to them and go, well, look at this. But again, it is what it is. I'm not here to say she's not safe because I've never worked with her.
Right.
Who are we to say? I don't know. But
I mean, man,
but we have to acknowledge the fact that there have been other incidents that people are pointing out. So yeah, sure. I definitely see what you're saying.
and I think as a company, when you recognize what Nia brings to you character wise and just as an overall, the big bad, when that music hit, like Nia Jax, anyone on the roster, she could get a victory over.
Yeah.
And that is a powerful tool to have at your disposal as a company. So maybe it's a situation where there's just certain spots you don't do. Like, we got to figure out a way around it.
Maybe certain people you don't put her in there with.
And so, I mean, it's not our place to say it's unfortunate what happened, but
Yeah, hope it changes
luckily,
well.
wrestling changes every week, man. So there you go. Random comment that told us we better do it. Are you, yeah, you happy now? Or sure, do we get to keep our
And
job?
I don't even think of it. I'm not even sure if this person was
No,
being
I ain't trying to
aggressive or
hear
not.
that, son.
You took it as aggressive. I just took it as
I'm
whatever.
from
So.
Los Angeles. We take everything as aggression. All right. I'm from a city where we take things the wrong way. And we using terminology like better. Damn it, I'm Kim Jackson's son. All right. I hear my mama in my ear, my eye get to twitching, TJ. All right. Come on, man.
Well,
Yeah.
you already know about my mom's exploits on the street, so you would. Luckily, I'm a little bit more tame than that.
Tuna, bro. She got a perfect record in Altoona, bro.
Just saying, I think that would stretch over any city, to be honest with you, but that's neither here nor there. She's retired. Yeah. Now let's look at Crown Jewel's coming up. Let's get to that a little bit later.
Yeah,
I know you didn't get a chance to see it, so I'll just quickly run through NXT No Mercy
please do.
from the other day. We had
Oh,
Ethan Page. He defended the North American title against our boy Tavion Heights in a pretty good match there. Javon Evans and Josh Briggs. Javon coming off a huge showing against Sami Zayn for the U.S. title in SmackDown. He and Josh Briggs went at it in a good match. Just saw Javon get a much needed win. We had Sol Ruka, like we spoke about. Did we speak about this yet? I forget, but
I
Sol
mean,
Ruka.
we talked about it on our own. Or
Oh
wait,
no, okay, that's what it was. So Sol Ruka, she defeated Jada Parker in a speed match. Um, Jada steps in as a replacement. Then we have the weaponized steel cage match between Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. And let me tell you,
oh
this
yeah, I caught
this
the end of that one.
yeah, this was everything you wanted it to be, man. It was, high spots. They're using the cage, they're using trash cans, they're using everything. At one point, Jordan finds her hands zip tied to the ropes, and then Blake pulls out a pair of scissors and just cuts her hair. Like, I was like, yo, this is wild. They're on top of the cage, they're falling through tables. It was everything that you wanted it to be. And Jordan got, speaking of a much needed win, Jordan Grace got a much needed win there over Blake Monroe. And then we had JC Jane defeating Lola Vice. She retained the NXT Women's Championship.
Cheated, cheated.
A little bit of outside interference from a masked person who I think everybody realizes was someone who was supposed to be wrestling Soul earlier, but then that person got injured and couldn't compete. But all of a sudden, someone comes out dressed in all black like the Omen and hits. I just had a realization, bro. You've
Talk
seen
to
me
him.
do this before.
Yep.
I know everyone thinks it's Laney Gray, but with that high knee or the high boot, you know who else used to use a move like that? One Mandy Rose. But there's no
No
way,
way.
right? There's no way,
No
right?
way.
There's okay. I'm just replaying that move in my head, and I'm like, wait a second. I know who everyone's saying it was, but no, there's no way. There's
No.
no,
The,
somebody
the,
the money ain't adding up. I don't-
Yeah. They're
Based upon what we've learned from someone who left NXT and what we understand about me, yeah, the money's just so yeah, never mind. And then we had maybe the biggest upset, I don't want to say in NXT history, but
come on,
Ricky
dog.
Ricky Saints, the
Ricky Saints.
new NXT men's champion, as he defeats the seemingly undefeatable Oba Femi. Uh, what a match, man. The ending I didn't love. Ricky, I mean, I don't know. It's hard because it's Oba, right?
Yeah,
So it's hard to see this man get beat by someone, period.
yeah,
But Ricky got him at the end. I think there were 3 or 4 consecutive DDTs, which kind of knocked him loopy enough just to get, and all you need is 3 seconds,
yeah.
and you become world champion. And that is exactly what Ricky Saints did. He shook up the world. He's now the
Mhm.
new NXT Men's Champion, and we'll see what the future holds for Oba Femi. What are you thinking? I mean, everyone's thinking he's gonna, go up to the main roster, challenge Sammy. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah. That's why earlier when you were talking about Jimmy going on a single title run, boy, you just better do it before the rulers start getting over
Oh,
there. And I just want to point
oh, that's
out,
who you were saying. Okay,
yeah, it was like,
okay.
boy, before that boy come up there and hold something for a long time.
Yeah, because
Now,
y'all in trouble, trouble.
yeah, shot time. So I just want to point out that it
Dollar
was
bill.
at a certain event where I think it was, what pod was that? I think it was the No Contest Wrestling pod
Mm,
when we
right.
had Ricky Saints and Oba, and we asked when they was gonna
Mhm.
finally go at it, and it turned out to be a good call and a good match.
That was episode 29 of the No Contest Wrestling Podcast. We filmed that right after WrestleMania at WWE World in Vegas.
Mm,
So you
yeah.
guys check that out. We had Oba and Ricky on the pod. And
I'm just saying, bro. We are always in the right spot at the right time. It's
it
crazy how that keeps happening.
does seem that way, right? It's gonna be interesting. Now, Eva had mentioned because on October 7th, there's NXT versus TNA Invasion, right?
Yeah.
So she had mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a men's NXT team, a women's NXT team battling a TNA men's team and a TNA women's team in a Survivor Series type fashion, right?
Mm.
And so then you got to kind of ask yourself, like, well, who's going to represent NXT and TNA? The possibilities are endless there. I know Lash Legend has already stepped up and thrown her name in the ring for the women's team. Kind of wonder who else is going to be on there. And then title for title tag team match with Jackson. We got Dark
Yeah.
State representing NXT against the Hardy Boys. I got to be honest with you. Oh, and shout out, we haven't talked about the new TNA Women's Champion, Kalani Jordan.
Oh man, Kalani Jordan.
Congrats to Kalani. And
You
I, sh-
love
I
to see it.
shout out to the woman we became familiar with as Dana Brooke, and now she's Ash by Elegance. She had to relinquish the TNA Women's Championship. Not sure why. Not sure what the deal is. Hopefully everything is good with her. Obviously, not everything isn't good because you don't relinquish titles if everything's good, right? So we hope everything is as well as can be for Ash, and hopefully she's able to get back soon if that's what she wants to do. But so yeah, then they had a little mini tournament, and Kalani Jordan comes out on
Yeah.
top. Now, you have to ask yourself this. If you're a TNA fan, you're probably not loving this
At all.
relationship that NXT and TNA has because it seems like NXT is just they're getting over.
Yeah.
They world champion Trick Willie, our boy,
Yeah.
comes from a
Forever.
now you got the women's champion, Kalani Jordan. Coming up soon, you're going to have, I believe, Leon and Javon going at it for the X Division Championship. That is going to be a must see
Must see.
event. And so now you got to worry if you're exclusively a TNA fan, and you see this invasion. And you see the Hardys and Dark State title for title. Are you holding out any hope that the
Abs- Absolutely. It's one of those situations where you need the veterans to
right the
kind
ship?
of take reins a little bit. Yeah, because everywhere we look, number one, let me put a pin in that to say, back when she was Dana Brooke, she had one of the hardest slogans on a tee. Flex appeal. Flex appeal was such a banger t-shirt. Shout out Dana Brooke. But yeah, you have to. And we're friends with TNA.
Mhm.
Tommy Dreamer's taken care of us many times. Shout out to AJ Francis and
Yep.
just everybody over there. So I think, as a pod, we got to start doing some investigative reporting here, man. We might need to get some TNA people to kind of talk about this. I would love to know what Jordan Grace, where her mind is
Yeah, right.
right now.
Exactly.
Because those were just her stomping grounds, and now she has her new home, and yeah, the her old house is knocking at the door, and also as of I think an hour or so ago, it is also not Invasion anymore, which is crazy to me.
Wow, they changed it.
Yeah,
Re-
it's Showdown.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
and if you wonder what that's about, you can just go on Twitter and look it up. You'll see.
yeah, man. Invasion is right there. And what else do we call it? But anyway, that's not my business.
Yeah,
I'm
my
just I'm
bad.
just here to report what I watch. Uh, yeah, the Hardys have to get this W. Like
Yeah.
TNA is about to be a barren wasteland if they lose the Javon match and the Dark State match. Like it's really bad right now. It's not all good. And I mean, let's speak behind the curtain a little bit. You got to give them a bone sometime, right?
You would think.
I mean, damn. Like, it's like, you go to your rich cousin's house and he taking all your toys. But, bro, you rich. Like, why are you doing this to me?
Right?
So, so it's just really yeah, it's confusing. And I remember when Trick won the big one, my first thought was like, oh, I gotta watch TNA now. They lost their title. And it was kind of business as usual. And like there needs to be some somebody got to be upset enough to do something at
Well,
this
yeah, I mean,
point.
you saw the invasion happen though. That
Yeah,
it
like,
and that was something that was,
but you still losing.
yeah, but at least they stood up and banged. You know what I mean? Like that was something that was long overdue. You had,
And Matt
Frankie,
Cardona got to be back on
Matt Cardona, Frankie
WWE.
Kazarian, we had Santana was there, the Iconics, now the Inspiration, they made their return.
Man, I
Show
love the
Eric,
Iconics.
Eric Young was there. Iconic.
Yeah, my God.
Eric Young was there, just a lot of people. And so, yeah, it was a good little scrap. I used to love those. Back in the day, UWF, Universal Wrestling Federation, used to have those when Jim Ross was announcing before he went to WWE, maybe even before he went to WCW, I guess. That's how long ago those were. But it would always be every Friday night or Saturday night at the end of UWF, there was a fight, Shay, as they're going off air. And Jim Ross every week would hit you with, oh, there's a fight in the ring, but we're out of time. We'll see you next week. I mean, literally, it was every week there was a brawl that carried you off air. And I kind of love that. So I love
Cliffhanger,
that kind of,
cliffhanger.
yeah, that kind of gave an old school feel to it. But also, Eva had announced that because there was interference, that there was going to be a title for title winner take all match between Oba and Trick. But now Ricky Saints is the champion. So now is it Ricky Saints and Trick title for title? I guess we'll
That'd
find
be a
out.
fun match.
Yeah, I
That's a fun
guess
match.
I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Wait till Tuesday. But yeah,
But
this
even if I'm TNA, I'm like, what? Who cares? I'm breaking all this up every time.
right.
It's really something. Do we have Tommy on? Like who do
We
we
need,
bring
yeah.
on?
Tommy would be anyone, man, anyone from TNA. Like I said, that was a good time with them. And Santana, he kind of saved you from getting first
Yeah,
class.
that's my boy.
First class was about to rough you up a little. You see, I was
Yeah,
going to
now
help.
they broke up. Yeah,
I was
okay.
going to help, but I was so far on the other side of the arena. There was like 5,000 people between me and you. I was wondering why they put me so far away because they knew that
Yeah.
I would have bum rushed the show like Public Enemy. But
Block
uh,
Anderson.
yeah, there was a distance. So luckily Santana saved you. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing this by myself today while you continue to recover from the beatdown that you were probably going to receive. But then again, I saw your Instagram post today. He was looking a little Joey Swole. You
Oh, baby. I'm out here. 2026. I'm choking people out.
know. So, but yeah, man, I definitely we definitely should get some TNA and just kind of see where their heads at because
Yeah, man.
it's going to
Tell
be
us in the
interesting.
comments, by the way. Tell us in the comments, man.
You open this.
Do we need to get to the bottom of this?
Yeah, but if you open this up for the comments, you know what other comments are coming, and there's questions we can't really even answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog. Listen, if you talk about anything that I didn't ask, I got two words for you.
Listen. So yeah. Showdown, no longer invasion. We're gonna get into that. And yeah,
That's October 7th. October
October
7th
7th. I'm
is
looking
when all
forward to
that's
that.
going down.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. There's a lot on the line. There's pride at this point. Like
First and
the titles
foremost,
are one thing, but like, bruh, you I would hate going to work and don't none of us got a title.
right? Like, what are we here for?
Yeah, we out here exercising.
I think there's one. They got the X division still for now, and the international championship, which I believe Kazarian defeated Steve Macklin for, and the tag team belts. But that's it.
Yeah, yeah, man. I need to talk to Tommy Dreamer. I need to talk to Jordan Grace. We need to talk. I almost said his name. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't
Well,
know, man.
because if you say it, he'll appear, and
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
we don't have a
I'm not
mic.
even trying to do that.
Well, we
We
don't have
don't have
another.
a mic.
Otherwise, he can come. But hopefully one day he'll be in studio with us. We'll say his name and he'll appear.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, there's some.
this is interesting, man. I'm actually kind of invested in this because I think a lot of fans could be potentially turned off if NXT just runs the table.
Yeah,
I'm afraid. So we'll see. And I got a feeling though that everything will play out the way it should.
yeah. And I'm gonna keep it real because like there's a part of me that's like curious about what the world would look like if all the TNA titles was gone. But then there's the part of me that's like, I don't even know if that's a good look for WWE. You know, just like you have this partnership and you're the rich cousin taking your little
Yeah,
cousin toys.
that's as good of an analogy as I got right now.
Yeah,
But
man. In all of this talk, we lost a little sight of the fact that Oba Femi now, we know how this NXT thing goes.
mhm.
After you have a reign like that, which felt like a year, but it was like 263 days or something like
11
that.
title defenses though. That's second
Yeah,
most
that's
ever.
why it felt like a year.
Yeah.
I know that phone about to get hot. You know,
You know,
he's about to get that call up.
everybody's saying that, right? Have him come up, debut. But look, we're in October already, right? 3 months left in the year. All of the feuds, all of the storylines seem to already be going. If I, I mean, maybe if it were up to me, I'd be like, Oba, you get a 12-week hiatus, 15-week hiatus, 16-week. How many ever weeks it is until the Royal Rumble's back around.
Oh, February, bro.
And then we'll see you at the Royal Rumble. I believe it's back in Indianapolis, probably. I don't even know. Um, but yeah,
No, it's in Saudi.
the Royal Rumble is?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought just
yeah,
me
bro.
thought Mania was just over.
No, they get everything.
Wow. Okay. Well, uh, I don't know. Do you bring him up now? Try to storyline wise, what do you do with him if he comes up now? But unless you're going to give him a match with Cena like I wanted, just to shut
Right.
people up. But maybe you just kind of sit on him till the Rumble. Maybe he isn't done with Ricky. I mean, like again, I said it's all wide open, man.
Yeah, he's definitely got a hiatus owed to him. He's been doing great work from the jump.
Yeah.
See your family for a little bit. But yeah, when that dude gets called up to the main roster, he's going to be a force, and it's going to be something that they're not going to. I'm expecting a Gunther like treatment for Oba Femi.
I'm expecting a Goldberg like treat.
Shit, like this dude is athletically blessed, massive, and you believe him.
He
Every
looks the
word he
part.
tell you,
He looks
every
the
word he
part.
tell you,
Yes.
you believe him. And I look at the what's going on with the Rusev, like somebody like Rusev. If you get gold on him and give him a run, then somebody like Oba is one to put out that flame. it's
I did believe for a second that Rusev was going over on Dom a few times on
Yeah, I don't know what
Monday.
they're gonna do with that IC title, but I just love seeing Dom with it, man.
Yeah.
I just love seeing Dom with it. Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, greatest Mysterio of all time. It's hard to take that off him.
The,
God
the
bless Dirty Dom.
the Mega Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dom Mysterio. Um, then we got the Kabuki Warriors, man. They're out here just causing havoc, man. And Oscar's
Jeez.
been Oscar, man, she is on one right now. She's misting the hell out of Rhea. She's misting the hell out of EO, making them look like Avatar and Smurfette to Blue Man Group.
Yeah,
Any
man.
Bluey, anyone blue green that you could think of.
Right. Big fat liar.
Yeah, right.
He turned.
Just my man Tobias from Arrested Development when he was blue, like he just
Yeah.
whatever. Michael Rooker was a blue character. Was he in Guardians? He was blue.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. With the whistle.
So yeah, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this, and you know what? Let's get into that. Let's get into the Crown Jewel on the 11th. Now that it is a few days away. We'll actually be in the studio next week. We'll be able to talk about this, but really quickly, we'll touch on the going to Australia, Perth, Australia for Crown Jewel on the 11th, and there you're going to have, like we already said, the women's tag team match between the Kabuki Warriors against Iyo Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Um, and here's my thing, right? There is just some interesting soap opera work going on now with, Asuka wanting to, I guess, kind of control Iyo.
She's a
Kyrie
puppet
be
master.
Yeah, Kyrie just being torn, not knowing what to do. Iyo being a little torn. And then, but here's one thing that I just don't get. They call it the poison mist, right? If you got poison mist, why do
You're
you,
blind.
yeah, but why do you spend the entire show? Like, why aren't you in the shower immediately? Like,
Right.
why are people walking around for 2 hours still poison mist?
That's gotta be whack as
Like,
hell, by the
come
way.
on. Like, at some point, if you got poison mist, you're immediately hitting the shower, right? You're immediately
Mhm.
getting all this poison off of you. You're
No.
not,
Yeah.
you're not doing backstage talks 2 hours
Yeah.
later, still
Meanwhile,
trying to.
you looking like Eiffel 65 out here.
so, so that's kind of just my one problem with that. But yeah, if you recall correctly too, though, even though we know about their history in Japan, in WWE, Io and Asuka really kind of were always at odds, if you think about it. If you remember that little promo that they had where Io was damage control, Asuka was in the ring with, I believe, Bianca and Alexa a few years ago, and they just had their promo battle in Japan in Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, those two were going at it. So it's like, how close were you
Yeah,
really?
it's the battle of the two alphas,
Yeah.
of two alphas, and some backstage footage of that they recorded of EO cutting a promo about the betrayal.
Mhm.
She had tears running down her
Yeah.
eyes. She was really going for it. I was
Io's
mad
going for it,
impressed.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's juicy. It's for sure juicy, and no one speaks higher of EO and Oscar than you. So it's we know where
Can
we're
imagine
headed.
how bad this is hurting my.
I'm sorry. Hey, you a survivor, bro.
I'm hurt.
It's
I'm,
okay,
I'm
man.
like Ed Reed when he was at Miami. Don't ask me how I'm feeling. I'm hurt, dog.
I'm hurt.
You think I like this? And see EO, someone making EO cry, and I can't even get mad at the person that's making EO cry because it's Oscar.
Yeah,
And
it's
I,
Oscar, man.
what am I going to do? I can't do. I get to hit you with the shrug emoji.
Right.
You know what I mean. I wish the best for you. Figure it out. You know.
And part of me, we all know Rhea is mommy. She's the mother hen of backstage. But I know we got to get these perf tickets off, baby. All right, we going to Australia. Rhea, you got to be involved.
Yeah.
But we
Right.
all know Asuka and Iyo. I need a best of three out of this feud right here.
A best of.
I Oh man, that's crazy how that keeps happening. But it's really weird. But
Another one
yeah,
planned.
dude, it has to go down, and it's two people who are masters at their craft. They got the chemistry.
Mm,
We've already, I mean, we got the taste of Io and Vicaire, and they could have fought forever in my book.
yeah.
But I need to see. I feel like I've seen Asuka in these tag situations for too long. Remember when Asuka came back? It was that tournament, and we were like, "Are we? Does that say Vicaire
Yeah.
and
When you were
Asuka are
like,
gonna?"
you said you were like, did you just see that? And I'm like, see what? You're like, rewind it and then call me back. And I was like, hey,
Throw Asuka and Vicaire at us? Like
on a
this should have been built up forever.
on a random Monday?
Yeah, and so I need to see Oscar unleash a little bit,
Yeah.
and nobody's going to be able to bring the drama that Io is bringing right now as far as storyline wise. You're always going to have that Kyrie element in there,
Mhm.
and now you're seeing who she's going to side with, but I'm really digging evil Oscar.
Oh, Betty. Yeah.
It is juicy, bro.
And I think last week, in addition to her birthday, her and Kyrie had birthdays, but it was also her 10th anniversary being with WWE. And like,
Oh, it's time. Unleash it.
even though I've said like I feel like they haven't done enough, when you kind of just look on paper at the resume, you go, okay, this woman has literally done everything. And in my opinion, along with Bailey, the MVP of the pandemic. Do you remember when they would just put Oscar on commentary
Yeah.
during, just randomly? I remember one match, I think it was Charlotte against Natty, and Oscar's on commentary. And at one point, Charlotte does something, and I can't remember who was announcing it. It might have been Samoa Joe. I don't even know. But Oscar's like, "Oh, boo Charlotte!" Right? And
Yeah,
she just goes,
yeah.
she's like,
Let's
"Boo
get
Charlotte,
it.
boo
Let's
Charlotte."
get it.
I mean, Oscar, she's amazing. So yeah, when you really look at the resume, you go, "Yeah, she's
Yeah,
done everything but get it up at WrestleMania."
yeah.
What
And
do you do?
I think that's where the best. I think that's where the third match needs to happen.
And she's never got
It,
a dub over Rhea, and that don't sit well with
right. Well, Rhea never got a double reveal. It might
her.
be. We don't know where this is going to lead.
Exactly.
Now, just a quick little side note because you mentioned that lady's name, and you the one that put me on. So I gotta just maybe put it out there in the world, and maybe the seed will grow. Let Natty be Natty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let Natty be Natty.
Time to put Natalya to bed. We need Natty.
We need Natty. You done let Naomi tell the world to proceed with caution. I'm down to see the Natty version of Natty.
Yep.
And I feel like it's time. It'll be a great shakeup. It'll be a great shakeup. You got the vet that you called the boat.
Mhm.
Let her come and just work. Let her do it. Let her do it. And whoever's listening out there in the world on the internet, Natty, let Natalya be Natty. It's right there for you. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. O'Shea Jackson Jr.
I'm TJ Jefferson, and I co-signed that comment.
Put a
I,
stamp on it then.
I used to say that back in the day when Yo MTV Raps was on. When Fab Five Freddy used to be like, "Yo, write us a letter." That's when people used to write letters. 17 Yo MTV Rap, 1775 Broadway, New York, 11117. Put a stamp on it.
See,
Those Fab
when you
Five
said
Freddy.
y'all used to write letters, you use a quill.
I will.
You use a quill.
I do have a quill pen.
You would. You would have
Uh-huh.
a quill.
Uh-huh.
You
See what
be
I
you
mean?
be you be closing your letters with like wax.
Yeah. You're about to make me say some things on here I can't say on
Hey
this.
man, you all right?
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
By
not
the way,
getting.
shout out to Padme. By the way, yeah, I got a Padme shirt. You want to fight about it? Anyway, what else we got, bro? What else we got? We
Oh
give
yeah,
a quick
so
rundown.
continue with Crown Jewel. Just like I said, we can deep dive in this next week, but the people spoke and Triple H listened. We're getting John Cena versus AJ Styles. Like I said, we can get into that a little bit more. You know, I went ahead and lit some incense, but now I can see all the smokes coming in the way. So I'm just gonna put it right back out. In case you were wondering what that was. Yeah. The people spoke and management and WWE listened. So we're getting John Cena versus AJ Styles on the 11th, the women's crown jewel title match, which is for the that extravagant belt, but that doesn't you don't
That
get to
big
keep
ass
the
belt
belt.
you can't take
Yeah,
home.
but you do get the ring. And after we got our belt, I said, you know what we need next is we need a no contest ring. I hit up my man.
Oh,
I hit my man Jason of Beverly Hills and talk to him about this. You know, Jason makes a lot of the Super Bowl rings, championship rings. Now we don't need anything that luxurious, but a
I don't
nice
know, TJ.
a nice little no contest ring. Let me hit up Jason of Beverly Hills.
I'm a
See what it.
luxurious type of guy.
Well, then I'll let you hit him up then. Uh, you know, uh, so we got that. We got Tiffany Stratton, as we said earlier, the women WWE Women's Champion against Stephanie Vicaire, the Women's World Champion, brand new Women's World Champion. And then the crown jewel title match for the men, the undisputed champion Cody Rhodes against the world heavyweight champion Seth Freakum Rollins. And again, we got some time. We can deep dive into this next week. I feel a little bit, but those are the matches that have been announced so far. And I think the Styles Cena match, you know, because so many people clamored for it, they should just let those two cook, and hopefully we're going to get a classic on that day.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know right now. We'll take a deeper dive into it next week. I don't think it's gonna be a blonde out this time. I think Vicaire and Rollins are gonna win it.
I think at this point, Seth Rollins does. I mean, look, he's 0-3 against Cody in the three major matches. You said you saw somewhere where he's 0-22. Was that you that
Yeah,
told me that? He's
yeah,
0
bro.
for his last 22 against Cody.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
Live shows included. Live shows included.
respect to Cody, but yeah, I mean, look, if Seth don't get the dub here, I don't know, man. You got to kind of wonder about this vision.
Right, exactly. When it comes to Vicaire, I just think they got the rocket strapped to her, and they gotta make Vicaire look like the monster that we know that she is, La Primera. And when it comes to the Seth thing, yes, the record has to stand, and I mean it has to be a point. It cannot stand, but also it's a great excuse to get Bronson Reed down in Australia.
Exactly. Yeah.
Come on, I mean, come on, bro. Let's
I
come
mean,
on, man.
and Grayson Waller got to be there in some effect, right? You know.
Yeah, it's some sort of Grayson Waller effect.
Oh, I mean, subconsciously, I didn't even do that on purpose. It's just I could have said anything. I didn't do that on
Anything.
purpose, but I said effect. It's weird. It's weird.
Anything. And
But yeah,
sometimes, Wade to LeBron, bro.
but yeah, that's Stephanie McCare, episode 26 of No Contest. You want to check that out, and Tiffany Stratton, episode 48 of No
Yeah.
Contest Wrestling. So yeah, we'll get into Crown Jewel Perth. We'll get into the results of this invasion or this
Showdown.
showdown. Actually, that'll be next Tuesday, so we'll touch on it again. This weekend looks like you and I might be heading back down to Long Beach to check out Major League Wrestling and MLW Slaughterhouse. We got
Mm.
invited. Paul Walter Hauser, just we're on the group chat with him. He
Our
hit
boy.
he hit us up the other day, and I told him I had to apologize. I meant to hit him up after his match with QT Marshall. I don't know if you saw it. This dude's
Oh,
out of
yeah.
his mind. I mean,
What
come
a
on.
guy,
What a
dude.
guy. Like say what you want. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do what he did. And so props to him. But yeah, he invited us down and we might have to go check out. Mystico's taking on Ultimo Guerrero.
Mm.
Who else you got there? Kojima is taking on the former Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Matt Riddle against Alex Hammerstone. Blue Panther's going to be defending the National Openweight Championship. Uh,
bro, that dude, Matt Riddle, crazy man. I know we go end up talking to
yeah.
him when we go down there. That boy is wild.
Chamber of Horrors match there'll be. Paul London and Austin Aries, a name that some wrestling fans will realize. So yeah, I think we're going to head down there on Saturday and check that out. And also, man, some big AEW news, bro. The big news there is there's finally going to be women's tag team champions. And I know a lot of people have said there's a lot of titles there, and there are. They do have a lot of titles.
And
They
there
do.
are.
There are. But it's really dope to see AEW get women's tag team titles. I'm not sure who's in the tournament or how it's going to go down. But I'm telling you right now, my vote. If I had a vote, I'm rooting for Ty J, Anna J, Ty Conte. They've been doing the tag team thing for a while. Have had some really dope matches. Kind of Texas Death type matches. Both women have you know bled, cried,
Okay.
shed blood, shed tears, went through tables, thumbtacks. They've done it all, and I'm fans of those two, so I wouldn't mind seeing those two get the first run with the women's tag team championships. But a lot of other teams, you got Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, I'm sure will team up. Maybe we're looking at Statlander taking a partner. She's, with Haley Cameron right now. Maybe Harley, I'm sorry. Maybe they're a tag team. And then, the woman who scares me the most.
Stats the champ though, right? You
Yeah,
think they
yeah,
really
yeah.
got a shot? You think they really got a shot though? Like, would they let them do that?
Well, I mean, I'm sure if there's,
They got to
Harley.
make a tournament some kind of
Yeah,
way. So
right.
yeah,
And then you got the woman who scares me the most in the way that I enjoy it the most, Tekla. Let's see who she teams up with.
that's
Could it
Spider
be?
Lady.
Yeah, it could be Julia Hart. Could it be Sky Blue? Our Queen Aminata. I'm sure she's going to be in there. I think it'll be pretty dope. I think it'll be pretty dope.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people get on him because there's a large portion of wrestling fans that don't like when the women's titles look like the men's titles. They're beautiful belts, guys.
Yeah, they really do. Whoever making those belts, bro,
Beautiful belts, man.
yeah, they're doing their thing over there with those AEW titles. And something else pretty cool after we had well, Christian Cage and Cope get back together. We see Cope after Beth Phoenix showed up. She got
Mm,
attacked, spike pile driven by FTR, and we were left with Cope saying he had to go and take care of some family business. And it turns out that business is he's got a role in the Beekeeper too.
yeah.
And he's been doing the acting thing for a long time. And
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
yeah,
Shout out to it. Love that show.
so yeah, Cope has, or Edge, as most of you know him as, he's been doing the acting thing, and just another in a long line of wrestler turned actors that have been successful doing both.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But yeah, I mean, I just love the terminology he used of how he was going home.
Mhm. Which kind of made, even before he said that, though, there was a great deal of people out there who were wondering, speculating, when's his contract end? Is there a possibility? John Cena only has X amount of dates left. Could we see? Because in my opinion, Edge is, when I make a list of John Cena's greatest opponents, I have at number one Edge.
Yeah,
So I can't foresee any way possible, unfortunately,
contract's up, brother.
that would
Contract.
happen.
I mean, just one match in Washington D.C. Just one.
Mm.
Contract's up. Nobody's getting fired. Nobody's leaving. Contract just up. You might sign a one and done for just a match in Washington D.C. And nobody says that you can't go back, but
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying, just a
can,
one. And
can you go back after that though?
let me tell you something. Yes. All right, they got too much lined up with him. But I'm just saying, one match in Washington D.C. Just a match.
All right, we'll
It's
see. We'll
for
see what
John
happens.
Cena. It's not for Joe Schmo. It's not for MC Get Busy.
That's
It's
true.
for
It is John Cena. So,
Washington D.C.
is there a chance? I mean, I guess you can never say never.
Not in
Uh,
wrestling.
I'm not. I'm not going to get my hopes up personally for it, but
You
we'll
can get
see.
your cokes up because it's happening,
Oh!
baby. Washington D.C. One match, baby.
Oh, can you
One match.
imagine? Could you imagine if it did happen? But I don't know, man. I can imagine a lot. My imagination is vivid and it runs wild, but I can't even foresee a scenario where that
All he
happens.
and then he gonna laugh and say, "You think you know me, bro?"
Stay, it's a will to
Yeah,
win.
man. I'm just
Yes,
saying, I'd punch my TV. I would put my hand
I would mark
through the
out
television.
in a way that I wouldn't even record myself because I don't do that. But
No, I snapped my phone.
I would mark out in the way that everyone that lives in my apartment building and up and down
Yeah.
my block would know that something
Mhm.
just happened. They might not know what happened, but they
Yeah.
know, oh, something just happened.
I'm
Because
telling you, bro, if it goes down, I'm getting suspended off Twitter. I'm getting a wellness check called on me from the neighbors. All right. All of this.
we got to remember too, we're Disney guys now, so we can't. That's another thing I got to tell you, man. I would never tell you what to tweet, what not to tweet, but we don't want to get in trouble. We won't let one of these jabronis with 500 followers make you say something that I know you really want to say, and just don't let them push you to that edge, man.
Let me tell you
Things are
something.
going good.
Push to the edge. Whoa, why are you saying edge? His name's Cope, bro. Chill out, dog.
Now
I'm just
that
saying.
one was on purpose. The other one,
I'm
yeah,
just
that one.
saying. I'm just saying. Anytime you see O'Shea Jackson Jr., I'm only defending myself. I just want to nerd out on the internet. I, I, I'm the victim.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some people calling you some unflattering names the other day, and I was like, oh,
listen,
okay.
listen, Don. Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing.
All right.
And I love that for you.
All right, so we've hit up NXT, we've hit up TNA, we've hit up Crown Jewel Perth.
Yep.
We talked about MLW, we talked about AEW,
TNA. Oh yeah, yeah, it said TNA.
TNA. I think that's it,
We've
man.
been around the world in I, man.
Yeah, and next week we get back to normal. O'Shea will be back in the studio. Hopefully we'll have a top flight guest for you. And we had to do what we had to do the last couple weeks because like I said,
Mm.
when we start this journey, we knew, and also I hoped. I was like, I know, and I hope there's going to be times where you got to go do a movie, and we got to figure it out. And let's be honest, this is the first of hopefully many. We're going to have to do this again and again, especially when Den of Three Thieves 3 pops up, and I'm on set with you because I'm
Wait.
sure
Didn't thieves?
three.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, because I'll be with you because I'm sure Christian Gutekunst would want to give me like even the slightest smallest role. I mean,
Yeah, bro. You just
so
go ahead. We'll get you an accent. We'll get you a dialect coach. Get you up in there.
hey, I'm
You
saying,
tall, bro.
I'm saying, and I got credits. You saw Just Married,
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher, Brittany Murphy. I'm in there. You
Mhm.
saw that Jackson 5, An American Dream. I got cut out of that, but I
Yeah.
was there as an extra. Did you see Kingpin with Woody Harrelson? Yeah, I got cut out of that too, but I was still there. All right,
Yeah.
still got my check, never cashed it. It was $35. Anyway,
35. Hey, hold it. Put it in the case.
$35.
Hang it in the loom. Absolutely, bro. But yeah, I'm excited to be back home. We will be back to our regular scheduled programming of ridiculousness, important thoughts, little gems, and of course, no contest wrestling podcast.
Yeah,
I mean, I cannot wait. I'll feel the best
man.
when we are sitting in our respective corners, and for the first time, we get to sit that beautiful one of one NCW title
Mhm.
in between the two of us.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you though. That needs to be 3 of 3, man. I've been looking for pennies and couch cushions, and I already donated some blood.
Yeah, we need
Might
two more.
might donate some other stuff to get a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? Could sell some old Jordans, maybe. I don't know, but I think we need one of those in addition to
Yeah,
But yeah, man. So just to remind everyone where you can catch us. You can find us on Twitter at There's No Contest. You can find us on Instagram at No Contest Wrestling Podcast. On TikTok, you can find us at No Contest Wrestling Pod. And of course, this video, all of our videos, all of our interviews of the chats between Shay and I can be found on YouTube. Just go to the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page or just type in No Contest Wrestling. It'll all come up for you. Uh yeah, man. This is
yeah.
it's the I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I think that's really it, dog. Yeah.
Hey, that ain't nothing wrong with that. Make sure you guys check back in with us when everything is back to our regular scheduled program.
By the way,
But
I do before we leave. I do. Sometimes the Instagram algorithm, I can't explain it.
yeah,
I don't understand why some videos just blow up and some don't. But I just gotta point this out. The last two reels that we had posted, um, I mean, they did okay. They did 8,000 views, 7,000 views. The one before that did 19,000. But for some reason, we posted the Miz's bar fight crew from the pre-show from WrestlePalooza, and that thing is at 311,000 views. It has 25,000 likes. It's been shared. I don't know what happened, dog. But this video, it
yeah,
just blew up for us. And I mean, these are huge numbers for us. And
yeah.
you know, it's been shared over 4,000 times.
Right.
It's been reposted 400, 25. Yeah. I, and this is
Hey, man.
before you even accepted it, I think, on your page.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
it just
power,
sometimes, yeah, I don't know if it's just the ESPN thing because it is the
power of the
first,
mouse's house.
I guess so, man. Because I kept I'm looking at the stats and the insights, and I'm like, what is happening? And I'm like, how did
It
this
could
happen?
it could be a little bit of just how professional it looks. We've been zooming for a long time, but we back in studio,
Yeah,
man. Next week, we back
yeah,
in studio, our beautiful studio. Shout out to Rich Eisen.
yeah.
I got to check on your Yankees, whether or not I send a terrible text to you or Chris Brockman. But everybody, make sure you guys have a good day, but not too good. It's who the hell do you think you are? TJ, love you, bro.
All right. You guys have a good week, and we'll see you
TJ,
on Monday. Back in the studio, baby.
TJ,
You
love you,
know,
man.
back by popular demand and stuff.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Can't wait to see you,
Okay.
dog.
Oh man, bye, Miss
Bye,
Parker.
Miss Parker.